Today we have another new topic, that is preparation of yogurt. Earlier in a lecture we have discussed all about the fermented dairy products. There we have discussed all the fermented dairy products briefly, including curd, lassi, yogurt, lactic fermented milk or lactobacillus milk, then kefir, kumis, even cheese and some more fermented dairy products. But today specifically we will discuss about yogurt. What is yogurt? What is the different types of yogurt? What is the chemistry of yogurt? How it is good for health? The nutritional details and details about the processing of yogurt. So first let us understand what is yogurt. Actually it is a fermented milk product and it is having some specialities. It is having tart and acidic flavor, and specifically it is fermented with selected culture. Those cultures are Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophiles. These two cultures were selected with lot of procedures, and they are the thermophilic bacteria and they grow at a higher temperature, and when they grow the other normal lactic bacteria cannot grow. And in case of yogurt there is not only the sugar taste is also added, so it will have sweet and sour taste, and the sourness will be less because it is prepared under controlled fermentation. Here we will see the types of yogurt. First is natural yogurt, in which the clean, slightly acidic and tart flavor is specific. Then there is flavored yogurt, in which the added sugar or artificial sweeteners are added and also extra flavor is added. Then number 3 is set yogurt, in which fairly thick, flat surface with fruit or flavorings are used as base. So here it remains like a set, that is semi-solid and thick condition, so that is called set yogurts. So in continuation about types of yogurt, there is another one called stirred yogurt. In this case, after fermentation the whole thing is mixed up and stirred. There we can also have the fruit or flavoring. Then the another variety is drinking yogurt. Here it is stirred and diluted and mixed with flavors or fruit juices. So nowadays it is available in small bottle as single drinking purpose. And then there is the last one, the frozen yogurt. This is a blend of sugars, stabilizers, emulsifiers and flavors in natural stirred yogurt. So these are the very selected few of yogurt. There are many other varieties which we have not included here. Here we will see a little bit about the chemistry of yogurt. As we have discussed earlier, it is having specific culture, that is Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophiles. They are the thermophilic organism and selected culture for yogurt. So they ferment lactose and produce lactic acid. So this lactic acid provides the tart flavor of yogurt. It causes formation of a gel structure due to the decrease in pH. So due to the decrease in pH, it causes the clotting or coagulation of milk, and that is the specialty of this yogurt. Here is little more about the yogurt chemistry, that is the formation of the gel, milk gel, which is a solid structure consisting of a protein matrix and other components. It has the ability to immobilize the liquid phase of milk, and this curdling is induced by proteolytic enzymes, lactic acid, heat and other means. So altogether there is a curdling or clot formation, and that's the specialty of yogurt. Here is the brief flow chart for preparation of yogurt. First, milk is taken and it is undergoing preheating at about 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. Then addition of skim milk powder about 3% and sugar 10%. Then mixing and heating to 90 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. That is the pasteurization. and then cooling to 41 to 44 degree Celsius. Now at this stage the starter culture is added, that is the specific to culture we have told. It is about 2% in case of diluted culture. Otherwise, if it is dried culture, it has to be decided as per the manufacturer's guideline. Then mixing and addition of flavor, then uniform filling in cups, and then incubation at 41 to 44 degrees Celsius for 5 to 6 hours. After that, it has to be stopped and the cups should be taken and kept in cold storage so that the further fermentation can be stopped. So cold storage at 4 to 5 degrees Celsius overnight, and then we can store it around 5 degrees Celsius. Here once again we can see the flow diagram at a glance: receiving of milk, preheating of milk, standardization of milk components, then homogenization, pasteurization, then inoculation of the culture, then incubation at specific temperature, that is 40 to 43 degrees Celsius. After that cooling, and then sometime fruits are added, sometime it is not as per the plan, and then packaging and marketing, or it can be kept in storage. Now we will discuss the total processing steps for yogurt, each step briefly. So first is initial treatment of milk, where the centrifugal clarification to remove somatic cells and solid impurities. We have discussed earlier clarification, it is a centrifugal process. Then there is thermalization at around 60 to 70 degrees Celsius for 20 to 30 seconds for killing vegetative microbes and for partial inactivation of some enzymes. So this is a pre-treatment before actual pasteurization. So now there is a step called standardization. This is depending on our plan. We may have nowadays low fat yogurt. In that case, fat level is reduced, or sometimes full fat yogurt in which the fat will not be reduced. So this is for enrichment of total solids by 2.5 to 3%, and that gives a firm and viscous end product. So the extra solid is added, mostly the skim milk powder. Sometimes the fat content is reduced by removing the fat, and the addition of skim milk or milk fat, whatever is the plan, we can do. The separation of fat from milk by centrifuge, that is also done if we want to reduce the fat. And finally, a little bit evaporation also can be done to achieve some thickness. So these are the options during standardization as per the marketing plan. So here are some more aspect about the components in yogurt. So generally several things are added and the total solids are increased in case of yogurt. So SNF of yogurt ranges from 9 to 16% by adding skim milk powder or milk concentrate or whole milk powder, sometimes whey powder or sodium caseinate powder. In addition, we also add sugar or sweeteners and common stabilizers like gelatin, pectin, agar or starch. So all this thing also contributes to the more thickness to yogurt. Now it is pasteurization. So pasteurization is a process for making the milk safe and killing all pathogens and other bacteria. So it is a heat treatment of milk at around 90 to 95 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. This causes a denaturation to the proteins and helps in forming the stable gel, and it also reduces the number of organisms to almost all pathogens are killed and very little of the spoilage organism can survive. Here is a note: in case of yogurt, the pasteurization is done first before the cultures are added, because if we do the pasteurization after the fermentation, then all this culture will die. Particularly nowadays the special culture like probiotics are also added with yogurt, so they should remain live. That's why the pasteurization should be done before. So sometime homogenization is also required. What is homogenization? In details we have discussed in previous lecture. It improves the stability and consistency of the product, impart full bodied taste and preventing cream separation. Homogenized at 2000 to 2500 psi through mixing and improve yogurt consistency. So this all we have discussed. It is done before actual fermentation. Now the milk is cooled to 42 degrees Celsius for starter culture. So here the inoculation is done with the starter culture. The starter culture added in appropriate concentration. Nowadays there is specific dried powder form cultures are available. So we need to add it as per the concentration of the organism, as per the instruction of the producers or manufacturers. Sometime we can use the old culture. In that case, around 2% of the culture is optimum. And the period of incubation is about 4 to 5 hours. The temperature is around 42 degrees Celsius, and in 4 to 5 hours it may have a acidity to give pH 4.5. So fermentation form a soft gel and characteristic flavor. Now after the fermentation period is over, when the desired pH is achieved around 4.5, the yogurt should be cooled down to around 15 to 20 degrees Celsius to stop further fermentation. Now at this stage, different fruits and flavors can be added as per the plan of different kind of yogurt to be prepared. So fruits and flavors added at different steps depending on the type of yogurt. And then there is packaging and storage. So storage at low temperature. After incubation, finished product is cooled to about 3 to 5 degrees Celsius. That is the ideal for storage. So now we are at the end of this topic. As I mentioned, this is a specifically for yogurt. So it's a short topic. Briefly we have discussed about yogurt. So it is a special type of product which is fermented by specific thermophilic culture. So the temperature is very special, little bit higher, 42 to 43 degrees Celsius. So this is totally different from the normal homemade curd. Here the temperature is higher, the specific culture is required, and here the sugar is added and the flavor is added, and it is also added with milk powder. So the thickness is more, the total solid is more, and here the fermentation is controlled for a specific period. So it will never go to too much of acidity. About 4.5 pH is enough. So it will have a low acidity and sugar, sweet taste and flavor also. And this is a more preferred for health point of view. And nowadays some specific probiotic culture is also added to make it more healthy. Sometime it is called probiotic yogurt. So this is briefly about the preparation of yogurt. Thank you.